Before you scroll, let me ask you something. What if I told you that right now, without saying a word? Someone near you is broadcasting exactly how they feel. Their fears, their desires, even what they think about you. And you're missing it. Not because you can't hear them, but because you were never taught how to listen. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you something that could change how you connect with people. Forever. This isn't guesswork. This is real. And once you learn it, you'll never see people the same way again. Have you ever sat across from someone and wondered what's really going on behind their eyes? They're speaking, maybe smiling, maybe nodding politely. But something in you senses there's more. It's like a second conversation happening beneath the surface. And the truth is, there is. But here's what most people never realize. You don't need to be psychic to pick it up. You just need to learn how to listen differently. This isn't magic. It's attention. It's awareness. And today, I'll show you how to develop it. Let's clear something up. No, I'm not talking about reading minds like in the movies. No telepathy, no Jedi mind tricks. I'm talking about something far more real, and honestly, more powerful. It's about tuning into what someone is expressing beyond their words, their posture, their breathing, the flicker in their eyes when something lands or doesn't. People are always communicating, even when they're silent. They leak information constantly, not just in what they say, but in how they exist. The problem? Most people are too distracted to notice. We're scrolling. We're preparing our next reply. We're buried in our own internal noise. So, the signals others are constantly sending us go unseen, unheard, and unfelt. But when you begin to slow down, when you quiet that running commentary in your own mind, you begin to notice the quiet thoughts inside theirs. Let me share something that stuck with me. A therapist once told me about a young man she worked with. He had gone through trauma, loss, a history of being misunderstood. During their first session, he came in, sat down, and said nothing. For 10 minutes straight, silence. Most would have jumped in, tried to break the ice, fill the space. But she didn't. She just sat there, still, calm, fully present, without needing anything from him. And then, just when it seemed like the silence might last forever, he looked up and said, "You're the first person who ever let me be quiet." That was the moment everything shifted. Not because of what was said, but because of what was felt. In that silence, he felt accepted, seen, safe, without needing to explain anything. That's the power of presence, not flashy, not loud, but deeply human. Now, most people confuse silence with emptiness, but silence, true silence, is actually full of clues. Have you ever noticed how someone breathes when they're nervous? Or the way their eyes avoid yours when something feels off? Or how their body stiffens, just slightly, when a certain topic comes up? These aren't coincidences. They're emotional echoes, subtle ripples of the mind, surfacing through the body. The key is to notice them and not interrupt. Because when we stop trying to fix or fill every silence, we create the space for others to actually show us who they are. So, how do you build this awareness? It starts within. Every day, carve out just 10 minutes of stillness. No phone, no talking, just sit. Let your attention rest on your breath. Not forcing it, not judging it. Just watching. When thoughts come, and they always do, don't chase them. Let them drift past like leaves on water. At first, it'll feel weird, boring even, like nothing's happening. But stick with it, because something subtle and powerful starts to change. Your mental noise begins to fade, your senses sharpen. You start to feel more, not just inside yourself, but around you. Suddenly, you walk into a room and sense tension before anyone speaks. You talk to someone, and you understand what they're not saying, just as clearly as what they are. This isn't your imagination. This is perception. It may begin as a quiet nudge, a gut feeling, a subtle vibe, but with time, it grows. You start picking up on people's energy shifts. You sense discomfort in their silence or calm in their presence. You stop reacting, you start responding from a place of depth. This is what emotional intelligence really looks like. Not knowing more facts, but sensing deeper truths. And eventually, with enough practice, something incredible happens. You're no longer guessing what someone is thinking. You feel it, you know it, without a single word being spoken. So here's the takeaway. If you want to truly understand others, start by understanding yourself. Still your mind. Open your senses. Be present. Because in a world full of noise, presence is rare, and that makes it powerful.